a jet full of people here tonight to go to an event. And so he has a 5:30 dinner, so he can only stay for a few minutes. But I wanted to ask him a couple questions, just to let you know, to get a flavor for him. Because I know a lot of you didn't come to our convention, so you didn't hear him there. And most of you probably haven't seen our magazine, so you may not have read the interview. But I'll just start out. How old are you, Greg? 51. Okay, what a baby. Jeez. Anyway, 51. How much did your company do last year in sales? $1.8 billion. Now, at 51, when your company does $1.8 billion a year, you don't need to look for new things to do, other than improving your tennis game, which he's really good in tennis and so on. And Max helped. Yes, it did. Question, why Max? Why would you even think of doing something outside of the arena of your profession at this point?
Well, first of all, I'm delighted to be here and thank you for having me. And I'm sorry to start off by correcting Steve on the factual situation. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Peter put my mic on, so you can take it from there. I have to correct Steve on a factual error that he made earlier by giving you a little background about how Renker got started with Max. Steve did not call me. I called Steve.
That's right.
Because, as I've said before, Steve has been my marketing hero. And Steve, I read his book multiple times. We had most of all our marketing staff read his book multiple times. We still do. And I called Steve because he was a guru mentor in our industry that I had great reverence for, and still do. But I needed help. So I called Steve and asked him for advice. And I was a little nervous, but he greeted me very warmly and could not have been sweeter and more helpful. I had no idea that he had an alternative motivation. And when he began to talk to me about supplements, I had the same reaction he just described earlier. It was going in one ear and out the other. But then when he met with us in our Los Angeles offices and described in detail, I did have that same reaction. I said, Steve, we want to check this out. We want to get our consultants involved. We will research it. We will determine whether or not we think this product can do what you say it can do. And he is absolutely correct that after 1 month of work and multiple people taking a look at it from around the country, they all came back and said,
that night in Santa Monica, he said, I'll give you $500,000 right now. If we come in, it's the first payment. If we don't come in, pay us back when you can afford it, no interest.
Wow.
That's
I have to tell you the other part, though, that is so important to us. We, as a company, wanted to be in the network marketing business. I personally had been trying to recruit network marketing executives for several years. In fact, had flown to Tokyo twice, flown to Miami once. We wanted to crack the code on network marketing. But the more we learned about it, the more we realized we did not know enough to get into that business on our own. Despite meeting people who were very sharp, we just could not get there. So when we got there with the product, which generated great enthusiasm for us, obviously the next thing is, what's the team and can they deliver? And I will say that as Steve and his partners and their executive team began to come to Los Angeles and we met with them, our confidence just kept going up and up and up. And today it's at an all-time high, and we really admire and respect you guys and appreciate so much what you've done.
because I don't want to make him late with his wife and everything else, because I know what happens when that happens. But the future of Max. You met with the CEO of a big company, biggest network marketing company in history, former CEO. Where do you see us going?
Who has been one of our advisors in terms of what should we do and where should we go. Well, he said, the only thing that gives me sleepless nights about Max is its potential on television. Imagine that combination. And so that is part of our plan for the future. And Steve and I and Peter and Greg have been talking about it somewhat frequently so that we do it properly, and when we deliver, we can execute strong and with a fulfillment of the promise we started out with. So that I'm excited about, and I'm also very excited about our international collaboration. The fastest growing part of our business is international. Even today in this economy, it is still the fastest growing thing we have going. And we would be delighted to collaborate on a grand global scale with you to take Max to the next level.
All right.
There's about 50 people that have a question. We'll take 5 minutes. No. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.